the next agenda item is public comment. There is no one scheduled to speak. Is there anyone present for the public comment this morning? You would be limited to 3 minutes per speaker.
There does not appear to be.
Okay, so we'll move on, concluding the public input section of the meeting. And we'll begin the election of the committee officers. The next item is the officer elections, which I will chair. The process will be that I will ask for nominations from the floor, which do not require a second. Once nominations are closed, I will ask the committee members to vote on the nominations in order received to identify one committee member with a majority of votes. The last step will be to confirm the committee officers' elections with a motion by the board. Do we have any questions on the process? Yes, ma'am.
Do we have anyone that has nominated themselves or at this point? And this is the first nomination, right?
This is the nomination process, so we would be nominating today.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. The first officer position is the committee chair of the Strategic Planning and External Relations Committee. The previous chair from the 2023 is no longer on the board. Do I have any nominations from the floor for committee chair?
Nominate Melanie Williams as chair.
Okay. Do I have any other nominations? Committee member Schischler has nominated committee member Williams. Do I have any further nominations? Hearing none. If not, nominations are closed. If there is a motion to elect committee member Williams as committee chair of the Strategic Planning and External Relations Committee,
So moved.
So moved.
and I don't need a second.
Who's David McCann?
Oh, let's see on this one, sorry, yes. Did I hear a second on that motion?
Second. Gave
Okay.
it to David, I'll second it.
Okay, great. So we have the committee chair of the Strategic Planning and External Relations Committee as committee member Melanie Williams. Continuing the election for officers, I'm sorry. Oh, we do a vote individually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Director or Committee Member Hartfield,
Present.
how do you vote, sir?
Yes.
Committee Member King,
Yes.
Committee Member Mechanic,
Yes.
Committee Member Schisler,
Yes.
Committee Member Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will continue the election for officers. The next position is Committee Vice Chair of the Strategic Planning and External Relations Committee. The previous Vice Chair from 2023 is no longer on the board. Do I have nominations from the floor for the 24 Committee Vice Chair of the Strategic Planning and External Relations Committee position?
I nominate Councilmember Gil Schisler.
Okay. Committee member Melanie Williams nominates committee member Schisler for vice chair. Are there any further nominations? If not, then nominations are closed. I need a motion, please, to approve.
So moved. Approve Mr. Schlissner as vice chairman.
Thank you. Second? Yeah. Do I have a second on that motion, please?
Second.
Thank you. And staff, would you please poll the committee members for that selection?
Committee Member Hartfield,
Yes.
Committee Member King,
Yes.
Committee Member Mechanic,
Yes.
Committee Member Schisler,
Yes.
Committee Member Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, committee members. The motion is made, and at this point, I would turn the meeting over to the committee chair.
Yes. Go ahead and
You don't need to do a 3 minute? All right. Great, thank you. Thank you for the honor to represent the board and the committee for the Strategic Planning and External Relations Committee. I think we will work really closely together, Councilman Shisler and the rest of the committee, so thank you. We'll now move on to the approval of minutes.
Move to approve.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second to approve the minutes?
Second.
Thank you.
Director Hartfield, second.
Thank you. I think we have a first and then a second by Mr. King. Danielle, will you please take note, please?
Committeemember Hartfield,
Yes.
Committeemember King,
Yes.
Committeemember Mechanic,
Yes.
Committeemember Schisler,
Yes.
Committeemember Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to our presentation, and our presentation will be brought to us today by Justin Willis, Director of Planning and Scheduling. The title is Transportation. Thank you. Transportation Improvement Program, our TIP, and it will support our committee action item 6A. So I'll hand it over to Justin Willis at this time.
Morning, Chair, committee members, Mr. Drainville, and HART staff. Justin Willits, Director of Planning and Scheduling, and I will take us through the updated TIP priority list for this year, for fiscal year 2029, commonly referred to as the new fifth year in the Transportation Improvement Program. And there's a little bit of a delay in advancing the slides, so just give me a moment here. So the transfer, just for the new committee members, I thought it'd be helpful to refresh our memory on what this is and how this process works. So from the Federal Transit Administration, each metropolitan planning organization, MPO, is required under 49 USC 5303 to develop a transportation improvement program, a list of upcoming transportation projects covering a period of at least 4 years. We're doing 5 years. The TIP must be developed in cooperation with the state and public transit providers. The HART policy, most recently updated in 2018. The TIP is a list of major transportation projects to be funded over the next 5 years and prioritizes the next projects to be funded in the future. The TIP is a short-range component of the Hillsborough County Metropolitan Planning Organization, now TPO, TPO's long-range transportation plan. HART updates these priorities on an annual basis. The HART Board of Directors, as HART's governing body, shall receive, review, and approve the list of HART priority projects to be submitted for inclusion in the Hillsborough County TPO Transportation Improvement Program during a HART Board regular meeting each year prior to submittal to the MPO. Functioning of this committee is to send those to the board to be approved. Next slide. Got it. So the updated priority projects and the staff recommended order in which of our highest priority is number 1, the heavy maintenance facility, followed by vehicle replacements and midlife overhauls. Number 3 is the radio system replacement. Number 4, the real estate acquisition and satellite operations. That is a potential component of our heavy maintenance facility upgrade and how we foresee the our operation having to be modified for some off-site implications for vehicle storage and other considerations. The number 5 project is the Tampa Arterial BRT project. You've seen pretty regularly as we update on the CEO's weekly reports, as well as some of the milestones we've hit. That's currently a project that's in design right now with consultant support. Number 6 is the bus stop capital improvements, which we talk about frequently. Number 7 is the City of Tampa's TCO streetcar extension. Number 8 are circulator capital and operations. Those are strategic initiatives currently in development with the city of Tampa specifically. And then number 9 is Hillsborough County's ferry project. The number 1 priority, as we talk about frequently, is the heavy maintenance facility. The construction of the new heavy maintenance facility and revamp of the 21st Avenue campus. The total maintenance facility cost is $140 million. We're requesting the full amount over the next 5 years. The actual number being requested in the tip is going to be something we collaborate with the TPO on to figure out what money is available in which year. So that's a bit of a moving target. Right here, we like to show the full cost of the project, so you know what we need to get it done. And how we get there is kind of a continuing collaborative effort between the TPO and other agency stakeholders. So number 2, the vehicle replacements projected for the 5th year, or 2029, is $12 million, covering a variety of our needs from a full bus to the paratransit and flex vans, non-revenue vehicles, and inclusive here is the midlife overhauls, which is really usually a major reconstruction of the larger components in the fixed route bus system. A little more detail for the radio system upgrade is projected at $6 million. The real estate placeholder is $30 million. The Tampa Arterial BRT amount request is $30 million. That would assume a large federal match if we are fortunate to find a local funding source. The bus stop capital improvements are projected at $28 million with a request of $6 million. The Tico streetcar extension, the most recent estimates the city has provided is the total cost of $234 million. So we estimate their funding request at 50% through that federal program is $117 million. Item number 8 is circulator capital and operations, totaling $7 million. And then the ferry project of Hillsborough County with just over $6 million on that item. And then a little more detail on the BRT project. The Tampa Arterial BRT project is a premium transit project with regional implications connecting USF to downtown through several of the most densely populated and transit-dependent communities in the Tampa Bay region. The connection's long been identified as the best transit market in Tampa Bay. The enhanced service will allow HART to operate at improved frequencies with little or no increase in operating dollars and position the corridor for nearly congestion-proof transit service for decades to come. And again, the total cost is $60 million, and the request at 50% is $30 million. So the priority list in completion is in descending order of top ranked to lowest ranked is before you on the screen. I won't read through them all again. And with that, I believe it takes us to the committee action item to recommend the HART Board of Directors to authorize the Chief Executive Officer to submit the approved FY 2029 Transportation Planning Organization Transportation Improvement Program list of priorities. And I'll take any questions. Excuse me.
Yes, thanks, Justin. Good presentation. Question, though, I thought the ferry project was essentially dead.
There's the funding for the purchase of the vehicle is still in an active grant. There were kind of two separate tracks. There was a ferry project that was a little more robust with connections from South County to McDill and then downtown to St. Pete. So that project was canceled or had, I don't want to misspeak here, but that is a kind of a separate item. This is still a single vehicle procurement that the county had pursued. And while the grant is still active, we do need to keep it in the tip until there is a final decision or the grant sunsets. And that's kind of in the Hillsborough County's court. And that's, to my best understanding, that's kind of where that stands.
So we're kind of sort of off the hook on that, at least at this point in time. Okay, good, thank you.
Are there any other questions? Anyone else? Hands raised. I do have a
I
question.
have a quick question, Director Hartfield. When we speak to requests, can you give me a breakdown of who we are requesting those funds from? Or
So the The specific target, a lot of these will go after different grants to get the funding. The main purpose of this exercise at the committee level and then at the board level is to make sure that all these projects are listed, so if and when funding becomes available, they're on this list. That not everything on this list is going to be funded in the next 5 years, but positioning them on the list gives us a much better chance to get them funded.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
So we're saying we don't have an identifiable funding source. We're just saying we're making the request.
We have identified matching grants for most of these items, but you're correct that our match at the local level is something that we have to identify, and that's what we're working with our partners and in Tallahassee, the CEO is working to find those matching dollars to get some of these things done, like the heavy maintenance facility specifically.
Okay. I didn't want to put you on the spot. I'm trying to make sure I understand completely where we are.
This list is a good representation of if we had a recurring capital funding source, most of these would be a lot closer to reality, but unfortunately, we just have the ad valorem, which is wholly put into operations, but this list can help demonstrate our needs for a recurring capital funding source.
This is the mechanic. I have a question. Justin, I think it was item 4 on the list was like real estate, and I forget exactly how that was titled, but could you describe what goes into that particular item?
That is based on the assumption that we are going to potentially impact we're definitely going to impact our existing operation if and when we build the heavy maintenance facility. So that item is both related to the heavy maintenance facility, but also is open to additional satellite operations in other parts of the county, potentially paratransit. So we're trying to leave the door open for both a short-term construction-related satellite operation, but also the potential for a longer-term satellite operation, considering the growth in the county and where our paratransit needs might evolve into East and South County.
So those might be, maintenance facilities or transfer facility? What kind of operations would that
We're
involve?
primarily contemplating maintenance operations and maybe have a satellite van fleet maintenance facility. That's something we've been entertaining for a few years.
Uh-huh. Okay, so it would be all in the maintenance arena then?
Most likely.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Hi, excuse me, just a quick question. So these are contingency plans for something that we consider to be aspirational rather than something definitely on the books?
So I can clarify. So for us to push forward in progress, any of these projects, we need to be on the tip, and the tip has to be approved so we can process any of these projects going forward. If it's not on the tip, it's a lot harder to promote or make any progress on any of these projects.
All right, I get it, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. For the edification of our new members, particularly dealing with the financing aspect, as Justin had indicated, if we don't get the requests in, it never happens. But likewise, this is one of the focuses of the ad hoc committee for additional revenue sources. We need additional revenue sources in order for the dollars to be available to leverage for the grant monies that are out there. So if we don't come up with higher ad valorem or other sources of income, CIT or whatever's available down the pike, we never qualify for the matching funds or the additional funding, and these projects will just wither and die on the vine. So it's almost like which comes first, the chicken or the egg. If it's not on the list, it can't happen. But if we don't come up with additional revenue sources, some way, shape, or form in the next few years, it's not going to happen either, because we don't have we don't have the seed money or the base money to leverage grant money off of. So we're at a catch-22 that we got to keep paddling as hard as we can so we can get some of these projects accomplished. Thank you. I move to approve. Cancel, wait a minute.
Committee action 6A.
Or if you're ready for the action items for item 6A, I'm ready to approve the tip list as presented to presentation to the full board.
Yes, we may.
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson, we can move forward with.
Committeemember Hartfield,
Yes.
Committeemember King,
Yes.
Committeemember Mechanic,
Yes.
Committeemember Schisler,
Yes.
Committeemember Williams.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes unanimously.
6B, let's look at that one. The next action item, 6B in your packets, there is a write-up and proposed resolution to form a recommendation for the HART Board of Directors to approve the memorandum of understanding between Hillsborough Transit Authority and Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, PSTA, for collaboration opportunities. Do committee members have any comments or questions for staff? Mr. Dringville, do you have someone who can speak on that topic before we move forward, please?
Yeah, I can speak quickly on that. So historically, HART and PSTA collaborated on several joint and contracts and projects. And some of the examples were such as regional training, transit planning, mobile application, regional fare collection, which is our Flamingo, diesel fuel procurements, and different maintenance purchases. We also did a regional interconnectivity service and private operator procurements. So it's almost in lieu of, we've done this in the past, and it's kind of what, the new analysis just came out to kind of create more joint collaboration with PSTA. So that's just, we want to get that back started and and make more efficiencies for both organizations.
Are there any questions or any comments regarding the collaboration with PSTA?
I just had one.
CEO Drainville, this is Director Hartfield. With that MOU that we have with PSTA, will that be in any way changed, or are we looking to just pretty much keep it the same?
So we have been going through it, PSTA and myself, Brad Miller, and it's been approved by their board. So right now, I believe there's a copy was sent out to the committee members. But right now, it'll stay this, with the changes we have made, the way we're presenting it today is the way we want to agree on.
Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Schisler.
Yes, thank you, Chair. This will have no bearing, or how do I say this right? This will have no impact or effect with the FDOT report that we just received, where they were trying to combine it. This is not any kind of...
No, nothing to that effect
nothing at
of
all.
merging or
Good.
anything like, just
Okay.
being collaborative and making efficiencies.
Okay. Offer a motion to recommend to the HART Board of Directors approval of the MOU between PSTA and HART.
Is there a second?
Gary Hartfield, second.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson, will you take a vote on that, please?
Committeemember Hartfield,
Yes.
Committeemember King,
Yes.
Committeemember Mechanic,
Yes.
Committeemember Schisler,
Yes.
Committee Chair Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to number 7, old business. Is there any old business? Okay. 8, new business.
I don't know that this is really new business, but considering we have so many new members of the committee, will it be possible to get an update from our lobbyist efforts, our lobbyist contingents as to, since this is the main conduit of information back and forth between the board, if we could get an update as to where we stand and make sure everybody's on the same page, at least as far as committee members go, at our next month's meeting. That way we would know who our lobbyists are at all the different levels, and as well as maybe an update as to where things stand with the, I know you do a good job with your weekly reports, but everybody's on the same page with where we're going forward. That would be a big help particularly to the new members of the committee.
Okay. Thank you. So noted. Any other new business? There's no other new business. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.